Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast with me, Matt. Having 3v3 for you all here on Arnhem Checkpoint, which has been upscaled to 3v3 for a 1v1 map. Let's go through the players. Represent your Germans. We have Unterkommander as Fallschirmjäger-Division for the Wehrmacht. Possum Pie as the Wehrmacht without a commander choice yet. And Maverick as Storm Tactics for the Waffen-SS. Represent the Western Allies. We have... Oh, where's the main building? That is. Cut Free GK 05 as Mechanized Company for the United States of America. And Trace as the United States of America without a commander choice yet. And Nope Hero 21 as Royal Guard Regiment for the Commonwealth. Let's see how this one will turn out, shall we? Now, Arnhem Checkpoint is a Company of Heroes 2 map added with the British, I believe. I am not an expert on all the vanilla maps, but I think this one was added with the British. Regardless, it's been upscaled to a 3v3 here, so we're going to see a lot of action on a very small area, by the way. Like, this is not a very big map for 3v3. Ooh, and it looks like the Realism are having some good shots on the Pioneers here, forcing them off. Most great, yes, and Fallschirm Pioneers moving onto the field here. Cheaper units available to you if you're playing as Luftwaffe. Looks like Unterkommander's going for a lot of Luftwaffe troops. So I guess the ground forces of the Air Force is very busy. Meanwhile, Tracer has picked Rifle Company for United States of America, which is definitely a very good supplementing and just good officer and good command in general, really. Oh! Not looking good there for the Realism. They got cut down in the open. No commanders from Possum Pie yet. Meanwhile, the Storm Grenadiers are trying to fight against the British here. That's a very hard sell, especially because they are British Guards. And British Guards, guard rifles are pretty good. Good job with the smoke grenade, though. That might just save them. It looks like it might. Looks like the SS is just falling back for now. You also need to take this cutoff point here to get the fuel. Similar to the Allies need to take this to get the fuel down here. And also the Luftwaffe. Oh, we have a commander choice. That is Infanterie. Okay. Infanterie, Luftwaffe, and Sturm. Very interesting combination. We'll see how it turns out for them. Meanwhile, the Americans are doing a little bit of an assault at the town here. Fallschirm Pioneer supported by the Volksgrenadiers. Fallschirm Pioneers are trying to get out of there. Meanwhile, the more Volksgrenadiers are moving to the front line. Also moving down here. Lots of Fallschirm Pioneers on the fields. They are very cheap unit you can get early on if you're playing as Luftwaffe. To supplement your force, or just be your force until you get the actual Luftwaffe troops. And to be deployed before the mainstay of the Luftwaffe forces, I imagine. To set up defenses and capture territory for them. Lots of T-98s being utilized here. And those riflemen are going to be in trouble. Now, the British are able to secure the fuel almost. Having a little bit of a long firefight with the Waffen-SS forces. They're going to use that rifle section. But more British Guard troops are coming to the front. Lots of them, in fact. Meanwhile, the Americans have just kept losing troops here in the center. Suffering heavy losses to the Volksgrenadiers. Meanwhile, the Luftwaffe is going to be able to secure the southern fuel here. Svermer Schlepper setting up, but this might be a very risky move. Basically setting up so close to the front. Especially against the British, who are very good long range, but they are suffering losses here thanks to the overwhelming accuracy of the Storm Grenadiers. And in fact, the truck is going up. We'll see how that turns out for them.
Heavy machine gun group ready for action.
Critical stand for the United States. The Luftwaffe have secured the southern flank. We have Luftwaffe ground forces coming in now in form of the Jägers. Armed with semi-auto rifles in the form of the Gewehr 43, so these guys are actually pretty damn competent infantry, by the way. I highly recommend them. Critical opening fire. Fallschirm Pioneers might go down here. Looks like they will. And the Volksgrenadiers are trying to hold the front line in the town. All British forces are prepared to move up. We do have an MG-34 here arriving for the Waffen-SS. We're probably waiting for the MG-42 now, but perhaps the MG-34 will do nicely. In fact, I should probably start to get more MG-34s, in all honesty. It's a pretty decent gun. Looks like the Storm Grenadiers try and go for the kill point again. On the British side, looks like we even have a forward HQ set up here with the Vickers inside. Looks like the British are going to go all out of fighting from here. And British guards are generally very good infantry. They've been out with marksman rifles, or a marksman rather. And with the scope SMLE, and looks like the same is happening here for the Storm Grenadiers. Americans able to secure the center here thanks to their 30 cal inside the church. Smoke grenade going up to help secure the point. Jaegers on the flank here with an MG-15. Machine gun utilized by the Luftwaffe's ground forces. Normally used on planes. Actually has a fully unique model by Common Heroes 3. Smoke did not display there, but that allowed the Pioneers to go up with the Gewaltladung. Oh, setting the church on fire and killing everyone inside. Grades going out from the Fallschirmjägers. Oh well, Luftwaffe ground forces. It's good to see Jaegers being utilized. Grades are setting up a Vickers scope position here. Well, Vickers K it says.
Infantry squads ready for all-out attacks. Air support standing by. Ready to deploy!
Oh, and now the Volksgrenadiers start to be out with Sturmgewehrs. Unique upgrade for them if you're playing as Infanterie. Mortar set up here for the United States. 2 mortars actually. One for the riflemen and one for the one for the riflemen and one for the mechanized. Looks like the rifleman picked a smaller one. Better for urban environment. You could probably put that behind the church here. And we'd be in a pretty safe spot. At least until they throw a grenade on it. Or consider back here actually, behind the barrels. They're allowed to get a good range of fire in there. Americans having a hard time against the Luftwaffe forces. Because there's even a forward encampment set up here. Like the Luftwaffe don't even need to build any actual base structures, but they are doing it anyway. They can get most of their things from this camp. They're actually getting their Stabsfeldwebel from it. They're getting their office and everything. Jaegers are pushing up very aggressively. Smoke grenade. Nice. Oh, will those Jaegers get out of there though? Ah, they did not. That's expensive. You do have a Luftwaffe officer on the field, a Lieutenant, and a Stabsfeldwebel. Basically serving alongside Fallschirmjäger retinue. Being cool with MP40s at the moment. Artillery being called in. The British position is still held up here. They need to push against the Germans somehow. Which is not going to be easy to do. Looks like the Storm Grenadiers are making a push. But lots of British rifles on it. Artillery went down here and destroying so many Americans. Thanks to the Stabsfeldwebel. MT-34 inside the building here, denying the town to the Americans. Rifle grenade missed. One the Fallschirm Pioneers up on the flank here. Fighting against the mechanized troopers, but the mechanized troopers will not be able to win that out in the open. Throwing a pineapple, they got close, but that's not going to be enough, I feel. Yeah. They have to pull back, but the grenade might have saved them. American weapons going onto the field. Fallschirmjäger Feuertruppe here, basically a mobile MG42 team. Generally very potent. If you can actually get into Veteran too, and if they didn't have the MG42, they could actually be armed with an MG15 with armor-piercing bullets, which is a unique thing. But it's basically a mobile suppression squad. You also have an awesome Luftwaffe mortar here. The only Fallschirmjägers are pretty potent infantry. It's cool to see that Unterkommander is not actually using his base a lot. Because he doesn't need to. He can just recruit everything from this forward encampment. That's the Fallschirmjägers for you. We have an MG42 here and by Fallschirmjägers. And well, the Volksgrenadiers are digging in with a mortar of their own. But the British are securing all their flanks. I think my Vickers K position up there. That will prevent the Germans from flanking. But he needs to get repaired on that Vickers Go position. Because the American front line is not doing too hard. Japanese are trying to push up, but there's too much fire. And the 42 now opening fire. Not being very accurate today, but they are behind heavy cover and firing at the maximum range. There we go, they did suppress them though. So we're going to use our tendency to push again. Being suppressed by the Vickers Go emplacement, but they might be able to kill it. Going for double rifle grenade.
The enemy are trying to overrun our HQ.
Pack took out the position, very nice.
Units can now use Pied launchers to take on armor, and Bren guns for extra firepower.
We need to see what the Allies do, if they can even come out of the base at this point. Looks like the Germans have done a very good job pushing up. Russian Jägers are very potent. Jägers coming out for Posampai. We have Panzerfaust upgrades going out now for the Waffnesses. So the pack is just taking pot shots at the building here. Brits have gotten a more than to move up with it. More shells are now being aimed at the Allied base. So we have double counter barrage going in here actually. One from the Volksgrenadiers and one from the Luftwaffe. This American mortar might be in trouble. Another push for the British position. It seems like to go for this truck down here. Yeah, we actually almost set the building on fire. Probably thanks to the pack and all the rifle grenades. Looks like the machine gun's not being manned. There we go. They have to get that machine gun out of that. Oh, it's been decrewed entirely.
Heavy machine gun crew killed.
Not looking good for the Brits at all. We do have a Stuart coming out here. Black positions are being established and a pillbox. Gonna make it very hard to break out. That Stuart's gonna have to act fast. There is a lack of AT equipment at the moment. MG42 100 rounds also equipped that. They can also get the MG15 with a B-Patron, but we have an anti-tank grenade going out. Yeah, you don't want to get close to Fallschirmjäger Pioneers. And the Sturm Grenadiers are pushing up very aggressively. And the Allies are not having a good time here. Another rifle grenade going out. And looks like having a lot of luck with them. But MT-42 here should be enough. Yeah, they managed to suppress, but the other rifle section could come around the flank. But we do a Sturm, we do a Volksgrenadiers on the flank here with MP-40s. MP-STGs, I mean.
Now have access to additional battlefield options.
Our headquarters are under fire.
Yeah, well, the Germans just keep being very aggressive here. Packouts coming out for the United States. Another Stuart coming out once they get their company command. Stuart and a 81mm mortar half-track. Now, the problem is going to be... Oh! There's a side blocker for the flak. Interesting. And we also have some medical supplies there dropping alongside some weapons. Another push here from the Waffen-SS. Relying a lot on these two Sturm Grenadiers. Due to the narrow flank, he can focus a lot on just these two units doing a good job. And they seem to be. It's very hard to stop with Sturm Grenadiers that are able to coordinate very well and have very few enemies to deal with at once. Packers are arriving. Lots of mortars arriving for the Wehrmacht here from the Luftwaffe. Oh, good mortar shield right there. Jäger's also looking up the center here. Packhouse needs to be very careful. Pillbox with the MG15 inside. I didn't know the Feuerturbo could get the MG15 with V-patronen, allowing them to deal with light vehicles, which is fascinating. Packouts are firing. If that thing hits, it can be quite devastating, but they do have a lot of mortars for counter barrage. We have a Stuart arriving again. There's a lack of proper HC though down here, so if the Stuart is utilized correctly, it could punch straight through the German defenses. The Allies are not doing a very good job here though. Almost being base locked at this point. We even have a light infantry gun arriving for the Luftwaffe. It's a good showcase of how you can utilize the Luftwaffe. You don't actually need to focus a lot on your base at all. You can just get everything out in the field, thanks to the field cam there. If you want to rely entirely on Luftwaffe forces.
Get ready. Armor here. Ready. Send orders.
You need to get rid of that flag half track.
Forward structure under attack. Waiting orders.
More shells coming in from the mortar half track. If they could get a veteran to actually get delayed fuse and really destroy this place. Delayed fuses are very powerful. The Brits, however, hang a little bit of trouble here. These Storm Grenadiers just keep getting kills. We also have a Panzer coming in. The Stuart needs to act soon. Looks like one mortar was cleared out. The pack howitzers are very dangerous if they can hit. Meanwhile, the Brits are trying to push up here. Yeah, bunching up is not good. It makes them easy target for the rifle grenades. Double Aufklar coming up for the Infanterie. The Packhouse are definitely starting to get kills. The Luftwaffe definitely needs to pull back briefly, I think. Especially if this Stuart actually gets to act. They are causing a lot of damage to the Americans with their counter barraging. I think the Stuart needs to act. I just feel that would be the wisest move for the Americans. That's J is now present for the Waffen-SS. That'll give them a lot of good support. We do have an AT gun coming out here for the British to try and counter it. Who's moving? There's the flag gun down there. And the pillbox is going to be very hard to pierce. Oh, flag gun. And now the Fallschirm Pioneer is going to get close now thanks to the bigger scope position. Germans are pushing up here with the Waffen-SS again.
The enemy is attacking one of our forward buildings.
Lots of shells going into the town here now from the pack howitzers. And the Waffen-SS is just slowly murdering the British out here. Even Aufklass from the infantry is helping. Panzer IV making his move. We do have an AT gun though, it needs to be set up. Second AT gun being prepared. Getting hit. Getting hit either. Light infantry gun is coming up here. Being using it with a hollow charge shell. Looks like getting hit. Hit through the vineyards instead. Explosive load probably on the bunker there. Can almost clear it. If they actually clear out the squad inside, they can just push up. Artillery landing on the American positions.
Enemy is attacking one of our forward buildings.
Luftwaffe is like some AT equipment at the moment. They cleared out the squad now, so they could actually just push up on it. Now the Stuart can make its move. Another hull charge is ready though. The American infantry needs to make their move. You have a Luftwaffe officer present. The Americans move up the vineyards. Meanwhile, the Panzer IV-J is having a fight against the AT gun. Oh, hollow charge probably got the Stuart right there. The Americans need to act fast. There is a lot of fire coming our way. They're bunched up and the light infantry gun is firing. Pulling in artillery. But if it starts filled, we can hold that for much longer. Yeah, he has to get out of there. The Americans can prepare to move. There is a Feuertruppe here though.
Our soldiers are trained to advance rapidly. The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
More Americans moving up. That's a lot of machine guns. We have another Stuart here for the Americans, but I think it's a little bit too late. We have double Panzer IV-Js for the Waffen-SS. And a Stu-42 arriving. That's a lot of machine gun fire. Holy shit. Yeah, Luftwaffe is suffering heavy losses now. But I do have a lot of replacement manpower they could utilize. They'll get some Fallschirmjägers out. Like a few Fallschirmjägers scattered around here could probably do a lot of damage.
Our brave infantry is dying.
Artillery going in. Oh, murdering the American position. Panzer IVs are ready though. More artillery called in by the Lieutenant here, I think. The Allies have not been able to leave their base and do a lot in this one. Well, it's a pretty decent showcase of the Luftwaffe though. Panzer IV-J is focusing on taking that. I think just use the settled. A demo charge there, yeah. At this point, the Allies pull back. Pretty short match, but I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you on the next one, everyone. Bye bye.